5 rules of success according to Napoleon Hill. Now, there's obviously more than that, but these are some of the ones that he continually highlights throughout his books. And what I think we all need to focus on is something reproducible. Success leaves clues. We all like to follow or to forge a path, right? But you can get there a lot faster if you know the rules, if you know already things that have been done before you. Napoleon Hill spent his entire life interviewing the 500 most successful people of the time. And these are some of the things that he learned that pretty much everyone in that community did. So we can benefit from that, whether we're building something locally in our community, building something for our family, or building something bigger for the world. Rule number 1. I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose. Therefore, I demand of myself persistence, aggressiveness, and continuous action towards its attainment. There's some pretty profound words in there. Persistence is something we all can kind of get trapped into because we get held back by the emotions of other people. We can allow ourselves to become caught up in all of those weird things that people want to hold us down with. Because if our vision is big enough and our desire is strong enough, our emotions get involved. Our ability to push through all those little things that come up, like the naysayers, problems, resource issues. 80% of the game is up here. If you can build yourself strong, the rest of it is 20%. The rest of it can be dealt with, can be overcome. You can find and build whatever resources you need. And that is a really powerful thought. Rule 2. I recognize that the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in the outward. Bodily actions and grandeur transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my mind for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to be, by creating a mental picture of the person and then transforming that picture into reality through practical service. What he's basically saying is whatever you think about comes true. What we believe are self-fulfilling prophecies. If we believe we're not good enough, we're going to not be good enough. If we believe where it's possible and we're strong and we're good leaders and we think it up here, we may not have become it yet. But if we believe it, we will become it. It's kind of the cliche statement, fake it till you make it. I think that's a little bit off, because believe it until you make it is probably the better way of saying it, because fake it implies there's something false about it. But if you believe you will become it and see yourself as it, that's where the magic is. Third, I know that through the principles of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of realizing it. Therefore, I shall devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of the faculties named in the 16 lessons of his law of success. This is kind of the modern world. We would call it hypnosis, we would call it meditation, we would call it mindfulness around a particular topic. Whatever your practice is, he lists 16 of them in his book. They're great ways to kind of fill your mind with all the positive things. If you've ever done a vision board, that's kind of another way, being able to externally see it, create it outside of you in a little form before you make it into a big form. Number 4, have a clearly mapped out and written down a description of my definite purpose in life. For the coming 5 years, I have set a price on my services for each of these 5 years, a price that I intend to earn and receive through strict application of the principles of efficient, satisfactory services for which I render in advance. In other words, We provide value, and the value has come back to us. Life will always give what we ask of it. If we ask nothing, life is happy to give it. If we ask a lot, life is also happy to give it. Kind of goes back to the other things, right? It's self-fulfilling prophecies. And then 5, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon the trust and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. This is something I think is overlooked in many places. If we want to build a legacy, if we want to build something amazing, we have to start with value. We have to start with building others up, and then value is returned, therefore, back to us. If we seek money alone for money's sake, it crumbles because you take shortcuts, you undermine, you have unnecessary pain in places where it doesn't need to happen. Versus if we seek the upliftment of those who we serve, all benefit, and that benefit is returned back to us. And he goes on to say, I will succeed by attracting to me the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of others. I will induce others to serve me because I first serve them. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, cynicism by developing love for all humanity, because I know that negative attitudes towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. And then he goes on to say, sign my name to commit to this and read it upon it daily. He's a very strong component of daily reinforcement. We can get off the path. And the question is, how quickly can we get on the path? And sometimes change takes time. Change can be hard. There's lots of negativity bombarding us constantly, from the naysayers to the media to our own personal self-doubts. This is why writing it all down is so important, that repetition. This is my dream. Emotionally invest in it. Emotionally invest in where you're going, how you're going to get there. All these beautiful things that Napoleon Hill has listed out in front of us. So the question is, are you willing to pay the price? There is no shortcuts. There is no secret. The secret is in doing. You have to do the work. You have to pay the price, as they say. So the question is, are you willing? Because you're able. And the world's here. So we have this. We have the ability externally. So the only thing left, focus the mind. Hope this helps you a little bit today. Don't just take it from me. Pick up Napoleon Hill's books. They're amazing. Don't know what else to say about that. Hope you enjoyed today, and we'll see you tomorrow.